All right. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hopping on our Tuesday call. Again, we have joined forces with Luminous Nation for our team week call, and I'm super excited about tonight's call. But first, I want to take a moment to thank Audrey on behalf of Luminous Nation for taking everyone who achieved Success Club last month to paint night. I know some of you guys are out of town and were unable to attend, and we missed you. I know that some of you who are in the city who achieved it didn't attend either because of maybe previous dates that you had or whatever. But we had a blast. It was so much fun. I didn't know that I had some artistic genes in me, right? Just kidding. But it was so much fun. When I first got there, I was like, I'm never going to be able to do this, but it was definitely out of my comfort zone. But it was so much fun to be able to share with everyone who was there and get to meet new people that we didn't know that were on our team, or, maybe that we've seen pictures of. So it was so cool. So thank you, Audrey, from on behalf of everyone that was there, and on behalf of everyone that achieved it and unfortunately weren't able to attend. It was a blast. We appreciate you and everything you do. So thank you so much for taking us out. I know that many of you guys have achieved Success Club already. Today is only what is today's date? I'm bad at dates, guys. Today's the 14th, right? Maybe not. Yes. Today is March 14th. So it's not even halfway through the month. And many of you guys are already beyond Success Club 10, which means that you've helped at least 5 people and beyond. So congratulations to you guys. Congratulations to everyone who has achieved Success Club 5 and above. That's also amazing. That means that you've helped at least 3 people and above. And for those of you who are at 2 or 4, keep pushing. And even if you haven't helped one person this month, you guys can still help at least 3 people. And there is plenty of time. And tonight's call is actually going to give you the tools to organize all of your contacts and really just, set a system that's going to help you, move your business forward, and also not allow anyone to fall through the cracks, and following up and inviting and just utilizing everyone that you have on your contact list and be able to reach out to them and provide what we do here, help them with achieving their goals, right? So without further ado, I am super excited about Jay being on our call and really just blessing us with the knowledge and everything that Teamzy has to offer, and for us to put it into action and grow our businesses. So Jay, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much for having me here tonight. And whoa, guys, seriously, if that's any indication to have, to hear those types of announcements and recognition, this is seriously the right team to be talking to. So I appreciate you guys giving me some time. I'm kind of crashing your team call. So a huge congratulations to all of you that achieved Success Club already this month, and who did it last month, and who are building momentum. Guys, every day counts. So keep up the good work. You're fantastic. I'm super excited to be amongst the right community tonight, because I'm your representative here at Teamzy, okay? My name is Jay Lisa Swain, and I'm the Director of Customer Experience. So it's my responsibility to make sure that you have everything that you need to be really successful with our tool. So that's what I really want to do tonight, is set you off in the right direction. If you've heard about Teamzy before, or maybe you've already jumped in, you might be at different places. Not to worry, you're in the right spot tonight, because you're going to get a whole lot of information. I kind of worked to kind of layer in a whole lot of content tonight. Here's what I want to do, okay? To start, we're actually going to jump into a quick presentation. I'm going to talk to you guys about the philosophy that we chose to build Teamzy on, okay? Which is not going to be new to any of you, because I know if you are producing the way that you are, okay, that you're already choosing to work this business relationally, okay? Where you're looking to grow your team in a sustainable way. And that's really what Teamzy is about. So at its core, it's built on a philosophy. And I want to talk to you guys about that first. So we're going to actually dive in. I'm going to share with you guys some key principles, some things that you can kind of take away as meat today that you can maybe be able to implement in your business. So grab a pen and paper. You're just gonna jot down some things as I go through, okay? I'm gonna hit you with a whole lot tonight, okay? It's gonna be like sipping from a fire hose. So grab a piece of paper, grab a pen, you're gonna jot down some principles. Once we get through those principles, we're gonna jump into Teamzy. So I'm actually gonna share my screen. I'm gonna talk to you guys about everything from how quickly and easily you can get things set up, because I know that can be the challenging point for people, you know, knowing, am I ready to make that step? You know, am I really gonna put all my contacts here? Deep breath, okay? Come along with me. I promise you're gonna feel really confident at the end of tonight's call that at least you'll know if this is the right system for you moving forward. So we'll talk about setup, and then we're gonna jump over into how to become a hashtag Power Hour boss, okay? I know I'm already talking to bosses of all different levels on this call, but we all wanna feel like we're maximizing our time, right? Because I don't know about you guys, but I live a crazy busy life, right? Kids run around all over the place. I'm supplementing this with a larger career or what have you, and it leaves very little time for my business. So if I could see all of you, how many would put their hands up and say to me, I've got 2 hours, 3 hours for my business every day? I'm thinking more of you would raise your hand for the 1 hour a day. So what about really maximizing on that 1 hour? Connecting with as many people as you can, and like your team lead said, letting no one fall through the cracks. It's gonna be really freeing. You're gonna really be able to let go of some of that guilt that we carry around as network marketers, okay? So come along with me. We're gonna talk about really maximizing on your power hour. And then last but not least, we're gonna talk about how to follow up like a pro, because I know it and you know it. The fortune is in the follow-up, okay? So show up when you say you will. And do that without wanting to rip your hair out, okay? Without having to manage an Excel spreadsheet and a calendar and my cell phone and the Post-it notes. I've seen your desks without looking, okay? I know what they look like. The facts are these tools didn't exist before now. So you weren't doing it wrong. You were just reinventing the wheel. You were trying to create something that didn't exist. So I want to show you tonight how a system, okay, a real system, can give you back time, can allow you to really grab hold of that quality of life that you wanted. Okay, so that's what I want to show you in Teamzy. And then I'm going to open up the floor to any questions that you each may have. I know you're coming from other systems, or like I said, you may have already jumped in. So if that's the case, go ahead and jump in the chat. You're going to just jot down your questions as I go along. And then at the end of my presentation, we'll jump into those questions in real time. Okay, so stick with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your time tonight. I know you're all living busy lives, okay? So this is really important though. This is a tool that, like I said, could give you time back, okay? Can help you feel like you're, for some of you, taking control of your business for the first time. So let's go ahead and jump in, okay? I am going to share my screen. Okay, so you guys should be seeing my screen now. I'm going to start really quickly just by letting you guys know a little bit about myself and our background here at Teamzy, okay? So my name is J. Lisa Swain. I am I'm wearing lots of hats here at Teamzy, but the fact is that my background has always been in business coaching. So for the last 5 or 6 years, I was employed by the largest business coaching firm in North America. My focus was always online systems though. I'm sort of a tech geek. I love this stuff. I know it's weird, but it's true. It's what I'm good at, and I don't mind talking to folks about it, and it's something that I'm really passionate about, as you may notice through this call tonight. So I want you to consider, as I present, and even in the future, as you're using Teamzy, that I'm a great resource for you. If you ever have a question, no matter what it is, okay, there is no stupid question. If you need help, I don't want there to be roadblocks. Reach out to me directly. At the end of tonight's call, I'm going to share all of my direct contact info. So you can, in fact, pick up the phone, okay, or send me a quick text message or an email or something, and I'll be sure to connect with you and kind of help you through whatever you're going through, okay? So it's a little bit of my background for you to keep in mind. Now, Teamzy was actually created as a need. Eric Johnson, our creator and founder of Teamzy, got involved with Beachbody for the physical transformation, like so many of you, and then realized that there was that awesome business opportunity, but there were no tools like the ones that myself and the rest of his team had been creating for so many years for other businesses. So we got to work, and that's where Teamzy came from. So we built Teamzy as a solution for a coach. So many of the features in Teamzy are tailored to your needs. So I want you to keep that in mind as we present, okay? So let's jump right in. This is the concept that I want to talk about, okay? Because Teamzy is so much more than just a tracking app. I know you may have heard that, okay? Yeah, it's a great organizational tool. It'll help you track and, keep track of everyone. It is that and so much more though. Teamzy is actually a lead generation system, and the key there is going to be system. So the philosophy that we chose to build Teamzy on is relationship marketing. What is relationship marketing? Relationship marketing is a lead generation system, okay? Or a system that initiates inquiry or interest into the products and services that you offer. So I'm gonna hit you with that one more time. A lead generation system initiates inquiry or interest into the products or services that you offer. So as a Beachbody coach, doesn't that kind of sound like what you do every day? Because it's your responsibility to be bringing in new people, to be introducing new individuals to the products and services that you offer. So this is going to take me to important principle number 1, guys. The reason I'm laying these foundations is because if you don't understand these concepts, the why behind Teamzy, how Teamzy actually works, will never really resonate with you. So, important principle number 1, you are in the lead generation business. Not the Shakeology business, not the transformative workouts business. Those are the products that you represent, absolutely. And it's fantastic for you to be passionate and to be a constant demonstrator of those products and services. But your business is lead generation. Because the second that you stop committing time to introducing new people, bringing in new individuals, whether it be to take advantage of the business opportunity or just to transform their lives with these products, is the day you close the doors. That's the day that you decide, I'm in this just for the discounts. I'm in this for my own physical transformation, but not to build my business. Because the second you choose to build your business, okay, to become a business owner, you take on this responsibility to be a lead generator. So, important principle number 1, you are in the lead generation business. Next important principle, developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner, okay? It means it is more important than anything else that you do in your day. I get it. As a business owner, you're tasked with things like acquisition, retention, customer service. But in those things, the most important part of your job is deepening and developing relationships. Every single relationship, not just the easy ones, not just the low-hanging fruit, okay? So we're gonna dive into this a little bit further, but I want you to consider that principle. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. And that's exactly the hat that you put on the second that you chose to grow your Beachbody business. Okay. So why is deepening and developing relationships so important to you as a business owner? Because you want to be turning every single relationship into an advocate. I'm going to take a second here. Advocates are what we want, okay? You want advocates out in the marketplace because they go out there and they're walking, talking billboards, okay? They're talking about, oh my God, girl, check out my results, okay? It's like, check out my before and after. My coach is amazing. My journey, my journey. They're doing this without you asking, okay? Because they're already a product of the product. They already believe. So now set them out in the marketplace to retrieve more people that you can help. This is free advertising. You couldn't pay for it if you tried, okay? So consider every relationship that you have as an opportunity to turn them into an advocate. The only way to turn them into an advocate is to provide outstanding service and invest time. Wait for it, with all of your relationships, guys, not just the low-hanging fruit, okay? So deepening and developing relationships, your paramount duty as a business owner. The reason you're doing that, because you want to turn every relationship into an advocate. All right, come along with me. So next important principle, relationship marketing, generating a steady stream of leads every single day is going to depend on trust. Relationship marketing or a lead generation system is going to depend on trust. Why? because trust is going to make this work more fun. Okay, because I know that even not having met any of you amazing superstars, that you're real people, okay? That you want to work with people that like you, that you want to work with people that trust you, that have confidence in you, that empower you the same way that you empower them. Trust makes the work more fun, okay? It's going to allow you to remove that yucky salesman spiel, feeling like you got to do the song and the dance, you know, like, da-da-da, check this out, I promise this is going to be worthwhile. If someone believes you and they trust you already, they're bought in. They're going to come along with you on this journey because of the trust, not because of the song and dance, okay? While the products and the transformative workouts that come with Beachbody should stand for themselves, people need to trust you, because Beachbody coaches, the fact is that there are tons of them, but they chose you. They could have worked with anyone. Drop Beachbody in Google, head over to Beachbody directly, and they'll match you with your own Beachbody coach. But they chose you. So show them that they can trust you. Layer in elements that make you a real person so they can always come to you, okay? So consider relationship marketing. Building relationally, building your team is going to depend on trust. Another reason, trust is going to remove that ickiness, like I mentioned a moment ago, okay? You're not going to feel like that gross salesman who's cold calling and door knocking, because in this, you are helping people who want your help. This is giving you the opportunity to sift through the individuals who may have been giving you nothing but the Heisman and the objections, okay? Get to the root of the people who want to trust you, who want to give you their confidence, and who want to come along for this journey. It is your responsibility to establish those people, to identify the folks that you can help, and then layer in the trust. Pile it on, build it, so that you can deepen and develop that relationship. Because what's more than making this work more fun, than you not feeling like that icky salesman, you get to go for yes. Wait for it one more time. You get to go for yes. Yes, I understand the concept of going for no, okay? Make a list of every single person you've ever met, spoken to, pitch them, tell them about the products, tell them about Guys, doesn't this sound like systemized rejection? Doesn't it kind of sound like you just created an environment where you're going to get as many no's as possible that will get you closer to yes? What? No, it just wasn't for me. The first time someone suggested it to me, I was like, no. For one thing, I know there are people in my life that want my help. I know that if I just position this lifestyle and these transformative products in the right way, people will trust me and they will come along with me on this journey. I don't have to burn bridges. I have to build relationships. I do not have to burn bridges. I have to build relationships, okay? Consider that every opportunity, every single opportunity, you have two choices. Develop this relationship or burn it. Develop this relationship or burn it. Consider. So, if trust is so vital to the process, how do we build trust? I know some of you may be newer to the business. Some of you may have been doing this for a long time, and you may find yourself in a position where you lost track of some folks, or maybe you weren't as connected as you would have liked to be, okay? Building trust is the easiest way to get back to where you started with people, or to get to an even better place than where you started. So how do we build trust? Guys, there are 4 essential ingredients to building trust. The 4 C's, okay? We've got 1, chemistry, 2, character, 3, competence, and 4, consistency. Chemistry, character, competence, consistency. We're going to take each of those one at a time. Chemistry. Okay. Chemistry. Chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. Okay. What is it about you that they can relate to? I'm not going to talk too much about chemistry. I know it and you know it. Fact is that we've all been after chemistry with 2 hands and a map since we were 12. Okay. It is that element to any relationship, whether it be romantic or platonic, okay? spark. It makes you want to learn more. This is going to level the playing field. This puts you in a position where people can assess you, okay? Because that's what's happening here. When they're considering a coach or when they're considering the person that's going to influence them on this journey, you better know they're sizing you up, okay? So chemistry gets you in the door. Establish that common ground. And yeah, chemistry is what most people are doing well in network marketing. Attraction-based campaigns online make it really easy, guys. Social media is an amazing tool that you can leverage to cut through what used to be a lot of uncomfortable and awkward small talk. You get to the root of what people like, what they love, the communities they're engaged in. And what's more is without, making any waves or drawing any attention to yourself, you get to meet them where they are. Oh, hey, this is just something I've always been interested in too. And now you've got common ground. Now you're a real person that they can have conversations with, that they can trust. Consider your chemistry with people. If you're just having trouble getting started with someone or finding a way in, consider the chemistry. Find more communities that you can get involved in that they're involved in. Pages that they've liked or loved. A recipe for creating a brownie out of a cucumber. I don't know. Find them where they are, like, love, show, support, okay? This is your responsibility. So, chemistry. Number 2, character, okay? So character is a tough one. I all too often hear people describe character as a possession, right? My character, my character. I don't believe she just defended my character. If that's how you're talking about it, it's an empty claim. Okay? Because character has to be demonstrated. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you are relatable. So if you've established chemistry with someone, showing them, yeah, we've got things in common. Are you showing up for those things? Are you liking and loving the things that they post? Are you sharing their progress on this journey? Day 1, just like day 30? Or are you taking the opportunity to praise and acknowledge them for different things that they're going through in their life, not just the things that have to do with Beachbody, okay? Character is demonstrated. That's the key there. Are you taking the opportunity to demonstrate your character? Food for thought. Number 3, competence. Okay, so competence is another one. This is one that needs to be demonstrated. Yes, competence is when you're good at what you do, okay, and that you're a business professional, but it needs to be demonstrated. So we've got to showcase to people the things that we're passionate about, the fact that you're passionate about this business and that you are knowledgeable, okay? Just saying and screaming from the rooftops that you love everything that Shakeology does is one half of it. Being able to answer any which objection about ingredients and questions and allergies, that's what makes you competent. That is what makes you a business professional, is knowing that the buck stops with me. If you've got questions about anything, okay, goji berries, agave, whatever the case may be, it needs to be you. You need to demonstrate that you're the person they need to go to for all of it, okay? Support, someone to talk to, someone to motivate you, and what's more is someone to inform you. Competence, okay? Consider how you're demonstrating your competence. Now, what I'm gonna say here next, okay? There is a curious balance with competence, guys. All too often, people find themselves in that weird situation where they're overdoing the competence, okay? It's a normal reaction. You're super passionate about what you do. Fantastic. But you need to know that you have to present as a well-rounded person, right? It can't just be all Shakeology, all 21-day fix, all core de force all day. They've got to know that you're a mom at heart, or you know what, I'm a soccer dad, or elements that make you relatable. So if you're working to demonstrate all of these different elements, I want you to consider a balance between character and competence, okay? Usually a good rule of thumb is 3-to-1, okay? 3-to-1. I usually use the social media as a good example. If you're gonna post to social media 4 times today, I recommend that you put more weight on the character and less on the competence, okay? Because that's the quickest way for your personal page to become a business page. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just, I'm not sure if anyone's ever told you before, but when people are trying to make personal transformations, they want to find you as a person, not as a business. Okay? So, competence and character. You're going to post 4 things today. Make 2 of them about, a share of something, someone on your team, or, progress that you've made in your life, something having to do with, outside of the business. You've been working on a degree, or you're learning a new skill, whatever, that makes you more well-rounded as a person. And then find something that showcases your true passions, whether it be about a product you're excited about, or maybe your before and after. Are you a product of your product? I'm just saying, okay? So consider the way you're demonstrating yourself outwardly to everyone. I don't mean only on social media, but that's a good example, okay? The weight should be more on your character than on your competence, but you still want to demonstrate your competence, okay? All right, so we mentioned the first 3 C's. This gives me the perfect time to mention the next important principle. People only care about 3 things. And guys, I know I'm talking to the right group, right? My pragmatic East Coast, what's up? People only care about 3 things. Can I trust you? Are you good at what you do? And do you care about me? Me. Can I trust you? Are you good at what you do? And do you care about me? I'm going to take each of those one at a time because it's so important, guys. Most of your objections, I won't say all, but most of your objections stem from these 3 questions. This person may be saying to you, I don't know if that's worth it for some shakes. What they might be saying to you is, I'm not sure if she suggested that because it's right for me. I'm not sure if she suggested that because it's right for where I am in my life based on my allergies and my thyroid condition and whatever the case may be. Are you considering products tailored to the person you're working with? Do you care about them specifically? Can they trust you? Are you presenting consistently as someone who's passionate about this business, about someone who is a product of their product? Do you believe in you? And are you demonstrating that outwardly? Last but not least, are you good at what you do? Really, he's just saying that these shakes are great, but he can't tell me anything about the ingredients or why it's going to be beneficial in my body and how my body metabolizes. Guys, they are sizing you up in a good or bad way. So consider the way that you demonstrate yourself outwardly. Is it in a way that they feel like they can trust you? Is it in a way that they feel like you're tailoring this response, answer, suggestion, advice to them? And are you demonstrating that you are competent and knowledgeable on your products at all time? Food for thought. Number 4, consistency. I had to go there. You know what? You knew it was coming, okay? I'm a work in progress. I don't know about you guys. I am never going to be perfect. It's just not a thing. Consistency does not line up with human nature, guys. It doesn't. Because a lot of times the good habits, okay, the good activities that get us to building great habits are not fun, right? I'd rather be curled up on my couch in a cocoon. But the fact of the matter is 21 Day Fix is going to get me closer to that beach body, right? That's just the truth. You know it as a coach. But how many of you would be as gung-ho when I said, making those calls every day, reaching out to 10 people every single day consistently is going to be what builds your business. It's not always fun, right? But you know that doing that consistently is going to lend to great habits. So I'm going to share with you something about consistency that you may not have saw coming, okay? I'm not going to harp on you and say to you, you need to be more consistent. Keep making steps in the right direction. Choose one element of your life that you want to bring full circle. I want to be more consistent in this element of my life. You are taking one step forward, and at which point you are my absolute hero, okay? Because we're all works in progress. So here's a fun fact about consistency, guys. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. So yeah, it's normal for us to all sit around and say, I wish I was more consistent, because everyone's thinking it. It is a virtue that we all understand is beneficial, but struggle with because it's hard. So, if people respect consistency and desire it for themselves, this may be where you want to start. Because how many of you, if I could see the show of hands, would put your hands up when I said, someone in your life has said to you, you're such an inspiration. Thank you for always sharing your before and afters, or for always posting your sweaty selfies, or for, sharing those challenging days, just like the not so challenging days. Guys, those people are putting their hands up. They're saying to you, I could do it too. Alexa's amazing. She's always posting. She's always sharing with us her journey. And look at the strides she's made. She may still be a work in progress, but I could do that too. Imagine if you could really be setting the pace for your team. Imagine if it really was at the speed of the leader. Consider your consistency and how you demonstrate it, because you never know who you're inspiring. That's just what I'll say about that, okay? Consider that people respect consistency and desire it for themselves. So layer it in wherever you can, because I know I'm a work in progress. I know you're a work in progress. Now, I've talked a little bit about the 4 C's, okay? There's so much more. I could talk about this topic for hours, okay? Mostly because these are things that I'm working on too. But these all stem from areas of personal development. Because if you want to make a change in your outward-facing life, it has to start here or here, okay, internally. So if you're looking for a way to spend some more time on your personal development, to dive a little bit further into some of those elements that I've been talking about, here's a really good read, okay? It's called Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion by Dr. Robert Cialdini, okay? Influence. Just gonna say that one word one more time. As a coach, influence may be a huge part of your day. The way that we influence individuals is going to be a large part of our business. Those are just facts of the matter. I'm not talking about overt manipulation, okay? I mean influence, being able to demonstrate consistency and character, setting the pace for your team to influence them. There's nothing wrong with that. So, if you're looking for a good read to pour a little bit into yourself, okay? Influence, the psychology of persuasion. Dr. Robert Cialdini is going to dive into way more than just the 4 C's. He talks about body language, word choice. It's a great read, okay? So feel free to check that out. Talked a lot about consistency, the fact that we're all works in progress. But if I could see you all, would you say that you're consistent? Are you a product of your product? There is a reason it's on every single wake-up call, okay? There's a reason they're asking, guys. The top coaches know that when you demonstrate your passions, if they can see how much I love and enjoy this lifestyle, how much these products have changed me, they too may have questions about how it could change them. Are you a product of your product? Food for thought. Are you doing your workouts, drinking your shakes, committed to a healthy living, personal development? I know there's a lot on that list, but each and every element lends to you building a sustainable business. So consider, can I be more consistent with the personal development? Because sometimes it's easier to do the workouts and the Shakeology and all that's going to benefit number 1. So it's easy for me to wrap my head around. And it's a little easier for me to be consistent with those things. But consider, am I as consistent with something like personal development? Food for thought. But if you're struggling, moving forward, not perfect but determined, you're my role model, okay? You are who they look to. Your team, your fellow colleagues, fellow coaches. It's that consistency. It's your desire to be more consistent. It's your desire to work on you, to build yourself up at the speed of the leader. And as a leader, are you doing those check-ins with your team? Are you asking them if they're a product of their product? Are you considering if they're spending time on their personal development? There's this really great phrase, a checkup from the neck up. You may want to consider it. Okay. All right. So this is supposed to say, sorry guys, the screen got a little small there. Are you as consistent with your relationships? as you are with, say, those workouts and the personal development and the social posts. Some things are easier than others, but some truly take us closer to our goals in our business, like building those relationships, okay? If you are not staying in consistent contact with every single person, every relationship, not just the easy ones, you're leaving money on the table each and every day. That in and of itself should be a wake-up call. That in and of itself should be enough to get you to put on that business owner hat, and I mean hard, okay? No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm gonna get strategic, systematic about my business. I'm going to help anyone and everyone who will let me, and I'm going to do it with passion and with grace, because that's the commitment I made as a business owner. Food for thought. Okay, so next important principle. People won't believe you until they see you. I'm gonna leave you with that one for a second. People won't believe you until they see you. Well, yeah, duh. Is it really duh? Is it as easy to connect with someone on day one of the challenge group as it is after the challenge group, and maybe they didn't stay on board and you need to follow up, but you've got a whole list of people? Doesn't matter, because they won't believe you until they see you. So yeah, you know, Jay reached out to me about her challenge group, but then never followed up again. I see her all the time on Facebook with her #momboss and, you know, her tan knees on the beach and how amazing the life is, and she's helping all these other people, but not me. They see you all the time, whether you want them to or not. So if you're gonna draw that attention to yourself, if you're gonna bring them in close enough to help, you better be ready to help. Because the same way we can create advocates, we can create the other end of it, okay? The people that go out there in the marketplace and they're gonna talk in the other way, okay? Where they may not speak so favorably about your service because they feel like they were the ones that were left behind. What if that had been you? What if your coach forgot you? What if you couldn't say you were a product of your product today? Food for thought. Okay. So, I've talked a lot about relationship building, deepening, developing, building trust, layering in all of the elements that help you build on these relationships. Everything that we've talked about is a contact sport, okay? And I mean that with every pun in my body. In order to build relationships, you have to be in regular contact with people. But I get it. Time is scarce. I started all of this by saying, I get it. Maybe an hour a day, maybe 2 hours a day at most. So how do I do all of this, right? How do I spend time on acquisition, lead generation, getting new people, catering to the people I already have, providing outstanding service, without wanting to rip out every follicle of my own hair, without wanting to lock myself away from my kids at the end of the night? What do? You're a business owner. You get systematic. You employ the tools necessary to build your business. It's not hard. It's possible. And in today's day and age, if you don't take the opportunity to get out there and find the right tools, it may not be Teamzy, okay? But you need to find the right tools for your dynamic, for your business. You need to have the right system. So today I've talked to you about a whole lot of building your business. We've yet to even scratch the surface of how Teamzy is going to help you do that. It may not be Teamzy. It just needs to be the right system. If you take nothing else away from tonight's call, I want you to hear me when I say to you, you need a system. Because the system is going to help you invest time and connect with people consistently in order to deepen those relationships. So what do you need in a system, whether it's Teamzy or not? You need to stay in contact with all of your relationships. I do not mean just the hot leads that are coming in from Beachbody. I do not mean only the people who are liking and loving every last thing that you post on social. That's low-hanging fruit. And yes, you should be providing those people outstanding service, but then widen your gaze, okay? Widen the scope of the people that you can help on a daily basis so that no one falls through the cracks. You need to know when to contact them. Because I know that I'm speaking to a giant group of people who all too well know the idea of scrubbing lists, figuring out where you left off last with someone, checking my darn Excel spreadsheet, finding that color. Where did I follow up with? Where is the Post-it notes? Like I said, guys, not my first rodeo, okay? I get that that's what you were doing because you had no choice. But now that you have a choice, know that this is what you're looking for in a system. You need a way to stay in contact with everyone, whether they be on Facebook or email or Beachbody. You need to know where all of them are. You need to know when to contact them. This is going to mean that you got to take a prioritized approach to who you work with. Who's the most important to you? Who deserves more of your time and your resources? Food for thought. Your system needs to let you know when to contact them. You need to know what to say, because the worst feeling is time blocking an hour, 2 hours, scrubbing the list down, finally knowing who I'm going to talk to, and then agonizing over what I'm going to say, and then only connecting with 3 people. Now I'm getting reprimanded for good behavior. I did the work, darn it. But I wasn't systemized about my approach. So now I'm being left to figure it out as I go along. It's not going to stack the odds in your favor. So you need a system that's going to help you know what to say, when to say it. And you need to ultimately just make sure that no one falls through the cracks. Because the second that happens, you leave money on the table. You leave people in your way who could have been helped by you. And that's not a good feeling for anyone. So let's take a look at what a system like that might look like. I'm going to stop my share really quickly. I'm going to bring you in close, okay, guys? Grab you in the face, as we like to say at Teamzy. If you have not taken advantage of a free 30-day trial, please go out and get one. It is the best way for you to really know if the system's right for you. No credit card necessary, okay? You get to just jump in and really implement, wait for it, a system, okay? The system that's actually going to give you the structure or the plan that you need to achieve your goals. So, free 30-day trial. After the call, stick with me. I've got some tips for you, okay? Get your free 30-day trial. Then I recommend that you get matched with a success partner, accountability partner, success sister, success brother. I've heard it so many different ways, okay? Get one, whatever it is. This will help you to build the habit, okay? It takes time, 21 days exactly, to build a real habit. If you're not used to using an online system, don't think you're wrong for that. It's not human nature, right? We had to create this online. So I want you to find someone that you can talk to about best practices. At the end of the day, that you can screenshot and let them know, oh my God, I had an awesome day, I'm on fire, how'd you do, okay? This is gonna help you build that habit. So I recommend you get a success partner. And then dive in for 30 days, 30 full days. Trust the system. And at the end of it, I promise you, the investment will be a no-brainer because you will have already seen a benefit to your business. Because I talk to coaches every single day who are hitting Success Club 10, 11, 12, okay, in the first 30 days. Because they are like giving it up to a system, a systemized approach. Consider, if what you were doing before was working, something might tell me that you wouldn't be on this call tonight. More food for thought. Okay, so we're gonna head over to Teamzy. Let's take a look at how quickly and easily you guys can navigate Teamzy. All right, so you're looking at my Teamzy account. If you've already logged into your Teamzy, you would have already been dropped into your setup wizard. The setup wizard is basically gonna take you through the setup really quickly. If you're having any sort of a challenge, I want you to stop what you're doing, pick up the phone and call me, okay? Or shoot me a text message. That's not an exaggeration, guys. You can literally text me directly and you will get a response from me, okay? This is gonna give you, I don't want you to keep hitting that wall going 90, okay? If the CSV file's being funky or whatever, you get me on the phone and I will help. All right, so our setup process, if you've clicked in and you just kind of, you dismiss the message and you wanna get back to setup, in the upper right-hand corner, you've got a little wheel. You can click Setup Wizard. And from there, it's gonna bring you right into our Setup Wizard. Okay, so our Setup Wizard is a 3-step process. Super, super simple and painless, okay? Because Teamzy is so much more than just a tracking app, we're going to help you establish a 12-month income goal, okay? So you're gonna tell Teamzy, what do I wanna make at the end of the next 12 months? And that's not just a number that's going to hang out in Teamzy somewhere as just like a cool reminder. We're going to take that number and actually crunch for you the number of highly productive activities. I'm going to say that again, highly productive activities that you need to complete every single day in order to stay on track with your overall goal. You're not having to manage that goal. Teamzy is literally going to tell you every time you deviate or anytime you're off track, okay, or you need to kick it into gear, it's time to light that fire. You now have an accountability partner. Whether you go out and take me up on my advice or not, I've built one into Teamzy for you. Okay, so first step, we're going to set that income goal. Step 2, we're going to go ahead and create a powerful why statement. Now, for most people in Beachbody, you've heard of this concept before, okay? A powerful why is basically your reminder as to why you got in this business. But it's not just any reminder. It's in your own words, okay? It is that message to you, okay, either in a whisper or in a roar at that moment when you need it. When you've reached that quitting point, as we call it in the coaching world, okay? Your wall, okay? Everybody has it, whether it be in workout or in business or regular life, whatever the case may be. There are those challenges, moments where you're just thinking, I can't take even one more objection. I just can't. If you glance over at your why and you remember, I got into this for a better quality of life for my kids, for my husband, so that my husband and I can retire at a certain age, these reminders end up being transcendent for you because it's in your own words. It's a reminder to you. It acts as your armor as you go out in the world and you're barreled, okay? Because there are those days, if we're being honest. So create your powerful why statement. Teamzy we created a great exercise so that you can go through, even if you've never created a why statement before, okay? I know some of my New Yorkers look at this and think, what the California fruits and nuts? Okay, I get it. I was there with you too at one point, okay? I thought of a why as just, that's all that soft stuff, okay? I don't have time for it. And for me, in the beginning, my why was a little dark, if I can be honest. Guys, it was a reminder of everything that I stood to lose. If you're in that place, it's okay. It's a season in your life, okay? But whatever it may be, come along with us. Give into the system, okay? At least for 30 days. So you're gonna create your powerful why statement. Third step in the process, you are going to import your contacts. This is the meat, okay? I get it. This is the scary part. Deep breath. I know you're going to be importing contacts from LinkedIn, from Facebook, from your email services. Not to worry, okay? You can do that in multiple imports. We've outlined the steps for exporting from LinkedIn, from your back office, from Facebook. So it'll make it really simple, but I've got some different tips for you here in the beginning, okay? So we'll hit start. And the first step in the setup process is ultimately going to be to set that income goal, okay? So we're gonna go through and I'm going to say, okay, I wanna make $50,000 in the next year. You know what? No, I wanna make $100,000 in the next year. Get as ambitious as you'd like. What we're gonna do here, setting an income goal will prompt Teamzy to suggest daily activities, like I mentioned, highly productive daily activities that we consider to be appropriate based on years of coaching thousands of business professionals. If our entire team were to take an actual tally of the number of people we've coached, I imagine it's much higher than thousands, okay? But I want you to consider that the system has an actual algorithm built in. So consider the next 12 months. If you did great business last year, think about what you want the growth to be for the next 12 months. And that's gonna be what we actually tailor your system around. We'll hit continue here. System's going to immediately start to crunch those numbers. It's now let me know that based on my $100,000 goal, I need to connect 2,899 times in the next 12 months. Whoa, sounds like a lot, okay? But really, if you were to stop and consider how many people you connect with or chat with on a daily, let alone weekly, monthly, or yearly basis, the number would be staggering, okay? So come along with the system, deep breath. The system is actually going to now take that breakdown and it's going to chop it into bite-sized chunks for me, okay? If some of you are, spending your time on your personal development, I know this is a phrase you've heard before. How do you eat an elephant? a bite at a time, okay? It's the only way to get it done. Bite-sized chunks, feasible milestones. That's the difference between you achieving your goal and not achieving your goal, is knowing where to step next. Because if we don't, we're left to deviate and make it up ourselves and figure it out as we're going along, right? And that's just gonna lead you to guesswork. And guesswork is not gonna get you to an established goal. So the system breaks down for you that giant number into yearly, monthly, weekly, and daily goals by prospect, by customer, and then by coach. Basically the way you see the world, right? So I now know that I need to connect with 6 prospects. I need to connect with 4 customers, and I need to connect with 3 coaches every day. If I do that, I will essentially win my day, win my week, my month, and then my year. So this gives you that bite-sized chunk. Now I know some of you may be looking at these numbers like I do that before breakfast, okay? Awesome, fantastic. I know I'm talking to the right group. If that's the case, up these numbers, get ambitious, okay? This is your baseline. Teamzy is giving you the structure or the path that you're gonna run on. If you wanna hit it going 100 miles an hour, please do, okay? But no, we have given you a sustainable path to get there. If you decide, you know what, I can do 2 more a day for my prospects, fantastic. Establish a stretch goal. Or, you know, if you want to challenge yourself a little more, you can always come in here and up your goals. So we set the contact connect goal for your prospects, your customers, and your coaches. And then if we come down far enough, we've got a goal for your invites and your additions. Because we know that invites or intentional calls to action get you that much closer. You know, when you invite someone to join you for an event or a challenge group or what have you, these are calling them to action. So more often than not, you're going to get people to make movement, okay? So those get you closer to your goals. We've established a goal for that as well as your ads or your lead generation, right? Bringing in new people, because Teamzy is your lead generation system. It's going to be challenging you every single day. Get out there and meet 3 new people, face-to-face and belly-to-belly, or through social media, whatever your preference. Okay. So once you've accepted your goals, you're going to move right along to finding your why. We talked about this a moment ago, okay? If you need a little refresher, all of these videos just sort of take you through what I'm talking about here tonight. So we'll hit continue. And here is that exercise that I mentioned. So Teamzy is now broken down for you, okay? If you've never, come along with us, okay? Now, I'm getting a little message that my internet connection is getting unstable, so I'm going to slow down a little bit. It's usually an indication I'm talking too fast. So, answer a question at a time. If you're feeling like, you know what, I have no idea where to start with the first question. Why did you become a coach? It's okay if you feel like the answers to these questions are a little shallow in the beginning. I wanted to make an extra $500 a month. What did you hope to accomplish with that? Oh, well, I was hoping for a better quality of life. You'll notice that each question is going to start to pull it out of you little by little, okay? And then as you get to the end, and when you formulate your full why statement, this will be that resonating in your own voice why you got in this business, why you should persevere through a challenging moment, okay? This will be on your dashboard and accessible for you at any time. We'll hit continue, and there we are at the meat of the setup process, okay? So I've got a couple tips for you for exporting from your Beachbody back office. Okay, so in the past, Beachbody was including all on one report individuals who were sponsored by you, as well as individuals who were from your upline or your downline. That can sometimes muddy the water of your daily follow-ups. So if you want to bring in only the people who are sponsored by you directly, go ahead and open up that file, find the sponsored by column, and then just sort by your name. Okay, remove anyone else, and then that way you'll be bringing in only the people sponsored by you. From there, I also recommend that you separate out your list by customers and then by coaches, because then you can bring them into Teamzy as such. More than likely, the lists are already in that format from your back office, but if you want to just confirm, go ahead and check on that list and make sure, okay, are these all my customers? Are these all of my coaches? And so on. Okay. Now, guys, I do see your questions dropping into the chat. I'm going to get through all the setup right now, and then I will jump back over into those questions, so keep jotting them down. Alrighty. Now, in addition to exporting from your back office, you're also going to be able to export from places like Facebook. Exporting from Facebook. right now. Facebook is in the process of sort of adjusting their process. They haven't let anyone know that, but it's just something that we kind of caught on to. So if you are someone who has already gone into Facebook and requested your archive of your data so you can import that to Teamzy, but it was a couple days ago or a couple of hours ago even, and you never received it, I want you to go back into Facebook, okay? Where you went originally to download a copy, you may find this time when you click that link that your download is waiting for you, okay? Facebook is just, I think they're in the process of switching over, but they haven't let anyone know that. So there's no way of knowing if you fall into the category or not, unless your Facebook file hasn't shown up. So if it hasn't, go ahead and head back into Facebook, go over to your settings and check your download area. You should already have a file there waiting for you. Again, if you're having any sort of specific challenge, you can always reach out to me directly and we'll get into it, okay? All right, ultimately from there, once you've got, all of your lists exported from Facebook, from LinkedIn, from wherever, you're gonna be able to then import those files into Teamzy. And that's what this little video will take you through. So when I'm ready to import my files to Teamzy, I can quickly hit continue. And now I can bring in a file in any of the following formats: a Facebook file, your Beachbody back office, which is basically a COO file, or a CSV file. If you're unsure if it's going to import to Teamzy, you can always just choose the file. The system will give you a yay or nay, okay? So let's say I'm ready to import my file. I'll go over and select my file for import. From here, it's going to give me that green check mark, meaning this file is appropriate for upload. I can move on to my next step. Now, I am going to talk about duplicates here for a second, because you are bringing in lists from multiple different areas. You might have people on multiple lists. Teamzy does, yes, it has a duplicate filter built in. The way it's going to work is it's going to screen for unique first, last name, and email address. So this is going to get a little bit hairy, especially when you're working with women who go by maiden names on their Facebook. I'm one of those gals, okay? So I might be on your Beachbody back office as my married name, but my Facebook is under my maiden name. So you may need to do some manual cleanup because Teamzy thinks those are two separate people. Other than that, if they exist on the two files and they have exactly the same information, Teamzy will screen out the duplicate and it'll leave you with only one record, okay? So when I'm ready, once I've got the A-OK to continue with my import, I can do a few things here. I can actually toggle advanced import options. Now, this is going to let me do a few things. Because you're bringing in lists from Facebook, from LinkedIn, from Insta, from wherever, you may want to start to identify those lists or kind of clump them together. So I can say, these are all of my Facebook contacts. And it will tag each individual person as Facebook. Or if you've got a list of individuals who are joining you for your upcoming challenge group or an upcoming event by location, these are great tag ideas, and you can actually bring in full lists and tag all at once. You just apply the tag here at import, okay? You can also establish member types. So if you're bringing in a list of your customers, you can say these are all customers or all coaches and so on. Your ranking. Now, because we talked about how important it is to have a system that lets you prioritize your database, Teamzy is going to let you do that. So it's going to establish a 3-star ranking. I'm going to say that again, a 3-star default ranking to every single person upon import. So it almost gives you a security net, okay? For those people that you might not be sure about yet, how often you want to connect with them, Teamzy gives them 3 stars, which means every 90 days, Teamzy is going to remind you to connect with these people. So I can leave everyone at a 3-star ranking and hit continue here. The system is going to automatically map that file, put the email addresses with email addresses, phone numbers with phone numbers, and so on. I'll hit continue, and the system is going to bring in those contacts, and it's going to redirect me through to the next step, which is ultimately just a ranking, okay? This is going to be prioritizing or ranking those contacts. You're going to have the opportunity now to take a look at every single person in your database and say, you know what, this is a rock star customer. I want to connect with them every 30 days. Or, you know what, this person's so-so. Why don't we give every 90 days between my connects with them? And what's going to happen is without you having to scrub a list or go and figure out where you left off last, Teamzy is literally going to serve up for you every day who you need to connect with based on their priority and their last point of connection. without you having to manage anything. So let's take a look at what that looks like in Teamzy. We'll hit rank. Teamzy is going to drop me right into my list of names with the ability to go through and rank every single person. Now, you may notice that people, that you may decide, okay, you know what, I want to bring all of my lists in and then go back and rank, which is completely fine. What you can do is, once you've got all of your files imported, usually you're going to be on your dashboard, and you can click on team. Once you click team on the left-hand side, that's going to automatically bring up all, or every single person you've manually added or imported on a list, okay? And you can quickly toggle rank mode here. Now, I noticed that, so it looks like, so our tech team is doing some small maintenance on the system tonight. Usually what you would see is a 3-star ranking for each person, okay, on this list, but it looks like for some reason that's down right now. So I will let my techs know, but this is how this works, right, guys? So you'll see every single person at a 3-star ranking. What you'll have the opportunity to do, and what my recommendation is to actually establish everyone who's 4 or 5-star prospect, customer, or coach. When you're bringing in lists of thousands, it's great to just, you know, kind of do it in passes, okay? So go in and try and establish who are all of my 4 and 5-star prospects, customers, and coaches, because those people need to come up more often than 90 days. Everyone else is kind of set to that security area, so it's okay. So to reestablish rankings, all I would do is go down this list. I would click on the new ranking. I don't need to do a save. The system automatically saves that, and I would move down to the next person. Like I said, everyone will have a 3-star ranking when you import, okay? We will get that resolved. Like I said, that's probably just a bug that's in there because they're maintaining some stuff tonight. So I'll go through and I will re-rank my folks. Some are going to be easier than others. You're going to realize that some you recognize a little easier than others, or you know what, you may have to look for some more information. This is your opportunity to never scrub a list again. So you have to get the information to a clean place, okay? If you're bringing in 4 or 5 lists, condensing it down into your master list, there's going to be some manual cleanup that has to be done. So let's say for Rachel, you know what? Oh, that's right. Rachel sent me an email today. I now have her email address. I can say rach@123.com. Okay. You'll notice if I click anywhere else on the screen, the system does an automatic save and I can move on to the next person. So you can add information as you collect it, okay? Or you can go through and say, you know what, Laura and I don't think I want to have her in my database anymore, so I can just quickly delete that person. It's going to move the next one up the list. Now, by going through and establishing who are my 4 and my 5 stars, I'm creating for myself my daily follow-ups list or my daily connections list, okay? So you want to spend the time during setup. Even if you don't have the time to go through and do all 2,000 names, consider that you want to get at least your 4 and your 5 stars done, okay? So once I've got my entire file uploaded, I've gone through and I've ranked everyone on my list, I can now toggle type mode. And that's actually going to display for me, I could go through and establish, okay, I want to make this person a customer, and so on, okay? It looks like that bug seems to be affecting all of our filter options. I'm going to go ahead and let the guys know that now. Otherwise, you would have this choice here, where it actually displays for you the customer type. So if I made Rachel a customer, it looks like it's dropping it in there, okay? So tomorrow when you log into your Teamzy, you'll notice that all of these are immediately available when you toggle type mode, okay? Once you go through and you establish all of your rankings, you are now ready to hit the ground running because Teamzy now knows how to help you. Teamzy now knows how to work alongside you. So you can log into your dashboard because your dashboard is going to be that virtual accountability partner, okay? It's going to let you know who to connect with and when. So I'll be able to log in here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to come through here and establish a couple people as prospects. So I've got some prospects on my list. Okay, so now, when you log into your dashboard, based on the changes that you just made to your system, whether establishing them prospect, customer, or coach, or 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, so on, you've now told the system how often you want to connect with this person. You now have told the system when you want to connect with this person. So I would head over to my dashboard every day and find out at one glance, perfect, I've got 6 prospects to connect with, 4 customers, and 3 coaches. So now, without me going to check any other list or going to search other areas, I can simply scroll down to what's known as my Who's Up Next section, okay? From here, I know the next person I need to connect with is Rachel, because she is the highest priority prospect that I have not connected with in 90 days, okay? If you're ever unsure of, you know, why are my 3 stars coming up? You can always click this little hint, and it's gonna display for you the number, okay, 5 stars are every 30 days, 4 stars every 60, 3 stars 90, and so on, okay? So that's always hidden for you right on the dashboard. Now, let's say I wanna connect with Rachel, but you know what? I don't even remember how I know Rachel. What I can do is I can actually go over to my activity, and right from this screen, directly from my dashboard, I'll be able to at one glance see, okay, have I connected with Rachel at all? And what was the nature of that activity or of that connection previously? I can also go over to my details section and see, okay, I've got an email address for Rachel, and you know what? Okay, that's right. I have her Twitter or her Facebook. This is gonna let you see, okay, where do you connect with this person? Or what tags have I created for her? Is she a challenge group member? Or is she joining me for an upcoming event, okay? So these tags are gonna give you those opportunities. So I can quickly see that, you know what? I don't have much information for Rachel, but I send a ton of Facebook messages. That's really, in total honesty, guys, it's how I build a lot of momentum. It's how I create tons of conversations, because you're just planting the seed. You're not bothering anyone, and it's a great way to just let people know that you're showing up to support them, okay? So what I can do here is I can go ahead and drop Rachel a Facebook message, but you know what? I'm not sure what to say. I could sit here and agonize for the next 30 minutes about what I'm gonna say to Rachel, or I could use the dialogues and scripts that are built into Teamzy for you, okay? So to access your scripts, you've got a little script icon here. It's gonna be in any person's connection section, okay? So you're gonna click on script, and this is going to give you a quick view of, okay, what are the scripts for Facebook? What are the scripts for email, and so on. So it allows you to choose how you're connecting with people. I'm connecting with Rachel through Facebook. I'll go over here, and we've broken it down by connect type, by follow-up type. So if you're working with some of these prospects that are a little colder, or you're not even sure where that relationship's gonna go, it might be nice to just kind of grab a message, drop it for them. And then check, you know what, it's the second time I'm connecting with her, so I'll send her the second connection. I'll copy this script, I drop it in here, I update her name. My developers are working on an option to drop the name in automatically for you, okay? So I would basically, this is my process, I keep a Facebook little tab open, I would find that person on my list, let's say it's Eric. I would drop them a message and hit send, okay? From there, I'd go back over to my Teamzy, I would indicate that I sent that as a Facebook message. I could say if it's an invite, if I am calling them to action on anything, I would indicate that. But if not, if it's just a check-in, I could hit log connect. This is now going to send a message to my dashboard that I have completed one of my 6 prospect connections for the day. And it has removed her from my prospect list. So I only have visible the people that I need to help, the people who need to hear from me because of their priority to me and based on the last time that I connected with them. No muss, no fuss. You just keep connecting, okay? Don't reinvent the wheel on every time, but if you come across someone, you know what, Becky and I are in the same PTA, I have something real that I can send to her. Go ahead and jot down the nature of the conversation that you're having. Or if you have scripts that you use that work really well with your prospects, you can even save those in the system and reuse them in the future, okay? So if I wanted to save my own script, I would just click script, and then up upper right-hand corner, I've got an option for a new script. From there, I can title it, I can tag it so that I can find it in different areas, but ultimately it just lets me design or tailor the system to my own needs, okay? So that's how you're gonna create your own scripts. Now, let's say, you know what, Becky came up, but she and I are connecting on the phone. I'm inviting her to my upcoming challenge group. I would just jot in here that we chatted about upcoming challenge group, okay? Now, these conversation sections, guys, these are going to be, you can make these as robust or as simple as you need them to be, okay? This is a reference point to you, from you, in your own words, okay? So if you want to be able to know on the next time you open Becky's profile that she's 6 months pregnant or something, jot that down there so that you'll be able to see that message, okay? So I'll say that we chatted about upcoming challenge group on the phone. I'm actually inviting Becky to my upcoming challenge group, so I'm gonna indicate that it's an invite here. And then Teamzy lets me get super specific about the nature of the invite, because we want you to be able to, you know, boil down on what invites are proving to be the most beneficial for you. So select type, challenge group. And I would simply log that connect. Now you'll notice that it has removed Becky from my prospect list. It has tracked yet another connection with a prospect. And if we come down far enough, I now know that I've completed one of my 3 invites for the day. All of this is being tracked in real time. So at one glance, you will know how close or how far you are to meeting your goals, okay? So I've tracked an invite, but you know what? Becky was a 3-star. She's not coming up again for 90 days unless I tell the system otherwise. So you know what? I want to follow up with Becky tomorrow because she had to run and I want to get her all the details. So I can use a search field at the top of the page to search for Becky by first or last name. I will pull up Becky's profile, and you know what? I see that we chatted about her upcoming challenge group today, but I want to follow up tomorrow with all of the details. But she's a 3-star. She's not going to come up for 90 days on the dashboard. Do not grab your calendar. Do not reach for the Post-it notes. What you want to do is write in Teamzy, find her follow-up line. It says default, so that means because she's a 3-star, it's 90 days. But if I click here, I can tell the system, no, bring her up to me tomorrow. Serve her up to me tomorrow. Make sure she does not fall through the cracks at any point. I don't have to save. The system does it automatically for me. If I go over to my dashboard, I can check my follow-ups list, and there's Becky waiting for me for follow-up tomorrow. Without me having to click any other page, tomorrow, when I land on my dashboard, at one glance, I'll know how many prospects I need to connect with, how many customers, how many coaches, and ultimately how many follow-ups. You will have that sort of effective control on your system every single day. That sort of control on your own business every single day. So I gave you a lot. We've talked about a lot of different features, but I ultimately just skimmed the surface, okay? So I want to open up the floor to any specific questions you guys may have. And then I'm going to jump back in and show you guys a couple more features, okay? So stick with me. I appreciate your time tonight. Okay, so I know we've got some, you know, there are going to be some questions that I've already gone over, but some of them are just good to kind of reiterate. So it looks like we've got a question about price here. So it looks like, is this program still $29 a month? It is. Teamzy is $29.99 a month. When you are ready to subscribe after your 30-day trial, you have subscription options if you click on your wheel and go down to settings. On the left-hand side, if you select billing and scroll down far enough, you'll have an idea of when your trial will end, as well as your options for the monthly subscription and the annual. What I will say here is that annual subscription is going to save you $60 up front if you do choose to make that commitment in advance. The one great thing there is that this will be a business expense for you next year. So just more food for thought.
Gotcha.
Okay, so let's see here. And anyone, if you wanted to unmute yourself and just go ahead and ask a quick question, we can do that as I try and establish kind of where the questions are in the chat. Okay, so it looks like I've got a great question here about adding from Facebook. Now, I know that once you bring in your list today, that, you know, you may add 5 new people on Facebook next week or 50 new people on Facebook. We recommend that you guys get in the habit of adding to Teamzy in real time. So when I add someone new or accept a new friend request on Facebook, I jump over to my Teamzy and I hit add contact. From here, you can quickly add a new person. And then from there, it's going to give you your full record. So you can add more information or you can just add them that way. And then what's great is they immediately get added to the follow-up cycle. So you wait 10 days to add them. And they're 10 days behind on that follow-up. Does that make sense? Okay. Connecting with people through Facebook. I know some of you are social media gods and goddesses, okay? So you may be adding 10, 20 people a day. If that's the case, not to worry. You can always pull an additional copy of your Facebook data down the road and then re-import that to Teamzy. Because we have that duplicate filter, it's gonna screen out only all the people that already exist in Teamzy, and it'll bring in only the new folks, okay? So know that you have that option reserved for you. Let's see here. Let's see. So we have that question about, does Teamzy recognize duplicates? Yes, it does recognize duplicates. You want to consider that it's searching first and last name and email address, okay? So Audrey, I see that you were able to set up a trial at one point but never got to use it. Not to worry. Go ahead and ping me after the call and I'll reset your trial for you. I want you guys to really dive in. Here at Teamzy, we know that if you implement the system, you will love it. We don't want to keep you against your will, okay? So if you feel like you need a little more time with the trial to really get a grasp on things, reach out to me. I'm in your corner.
Yeah, I did that too, so you can give me an extension.
Absolutely. Anyone that's falling in that category, you feel free to reach out to me and I'll get you reset, okay?
Thanks.
Absolutely. Let's see here. To add manually, download the free, yep, okay, so it looks like we've got a lot of Facebook questions. Okay, mobile. So great question. I know you guys are living crazy busy lives. A lot of this happens on the go, on the road. So we have a really great mobile site, okay? It's not an app, so don't go looking in the app store. What you wanna do if you're an iPhone user or an Android user, just open up your preferred browser, okay? And you're gonna put in app.teamzy.com. The word app.teamzy.com. From there, you can log in, save your login, so it'll look and act just like an app, okay? And what I did is I took it one step further. I actually saved, sorry, gross screen. So I actually saved to my home screen Teamzy. So what I can do every day when I'm in the drop-off line, you know, taking kids or whatever the case may be, I can tap on my Teamzy app and I can quickly connect with a few people, send a few emails, stay on track with my business using the time when I've got it. Because it's not always a full power hour, right? Sometimes you get 30 minutes here, 15 minutes there. So take the opportunity when you can. Mobile site. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so Ruby wants to know how many times can I reset your trial? Okay, so I just want to make sure, okay, that I can reset it for you one time, okay? If you've already got a trial in active and you know you're at it's the last week or it already expired, don't worry, I can reset it for you. All right, so Heather has the question of the evening. Can you send messages directly through Teamzy? This is usually the question that comes up. So this is a two-part answer, okay? You cannot send Facebook messages or text messages or things like that through Teamzy, but you can send emails directly through Teamzy. So you'll want to get in the habit, like I showed you, of just kind of keeping your Facebook tab side by side. If you send text messages, you know, keep the phone open, or if you send online texts like I do, I just keep another tab open for my texts online. And then what you have the option to do there is just copy and paste, okay? Now, if you are a Gmail subscriber, you can actually connect your Gmail to your Teamzy and it will let you send emails directly. So if I wanted to send this little J. Lopes character here an email, I can hit send email in my dropdown. And because I've already linked my Gmail account, I can literally type in the body of the email. Or, like I did, I could save email templates, like invites to my upcoming challenge groups, or invites to events. Things like this are gonna get you humming, okay? You're gonna look up and you would have sent 20 messages. You would have started 20 conversations without you even realizing. So, create your emails, save them in Teamzy, and you can send individual emails through the system, okay? So unfortunately, it's a no on Facebook, Twitter, text message. All of those need to be sent through the third-party service, but emails, if you are a Gmail subscriber only for the time being, can be sent through Teamzy. If you need, yes?
Question, it's Gabby. How do you connect your Gmail to Teamzy?
Okay, so for connecting your Gmail, in the upper right-hand corner, we're gonna head to that settings section.
Uh-huh.
And it'll respond here in a minute. Unless my husband's home and eating up my Wi-Fi. Okay, there we go. All right, so from your settings section, I want you to come down to integrations. And it'll give you a little button here that says get connected if you haven't already. Unless it says Gmail successfully connected, then you're good to go.
Awesome, thanks.
Yeah, no worries. Once you hit get connected, it's a quick process. Teamzy just wants to make sure you're logged into that account just to make the link, and then it goes through and does it for you.
Perfect.
All righty. So let me just glance over at the chat here. Let's see. Okay, I think I hit on most of the majors. A lot of them were duplicates. I want to show you guys a few more features while I've got you, and then I promise I'm going to share that contact info, okay? Thank you for sticking with me. Now, as you're working with people, you may sell them a product. You may convert them into coach status or what the case may be. Let's say I'm working with Rachel, and we chatted about shakes. So this was an invite, so I'm going to indicate that we spoke by phone. I invited her to try shakes, and I logged that connect. But you know what? Later on in the day, I go and I log into my back office, and holy moly, she bought the darn shakes. Fantastic. So what you want to do is log into your Teamzy and actually account for that. So for each record, you're going to have a connect and a sale option. So you can indicate that you sold, sale type, shake home direct, and a save. Now what this does is it's keeping a running track, not only of the connections or the activities that I'm logging with Rachel, but also the products that she likes, giving me a way to serve her better, okay? So you'd be able to drop in there that she's a Shake Home Direct customer. Switch her over to customer status. Now, that's how you track the actual product sale. We started all of this by setting an income goal. So it's going to be really important that you track your income alongside your goal so you know how close or how far you are to meeting that goal. So to do that, you're going to head over to your business tab. This business tab is going to let you at one glance see, okay, how much income have I actually generated with respect to my overall goal? Remember, I told the system I wanted to make 100K. So now it's letting me know, okay, based on that goal, you've only entered $8,825 worth of income. So you can track income by earnings statement, date range, whatever your choice is, okay? You can click the little plus symbol here, or you can hit add income in the upper right-hand corner. Both of which are gonna give you access to an itemized income report. Guys, this stuff is gold, okay? This is gonna give you the opportunity 6 months into the year to be able to glance over and say, I've got to maybe light this fire, you know? I've got to maybe kick it into gear, or I'm killing it. It's important to have those tools so that you can really be able to make that assessment for yourself. So use your income tool. I can say I made $500 between the 1st and the 6th, okay? As you add that, it literally creates the income report for you. Updates the system so that I now know how much income I've generated, how many customers I have total, and how many personally sponsored coaches. So some of you may be setting goals, okay, around the number of coaches you want to build your team by. You can set that goal here in Teamzy, okay? We give you an established goal, but if you're thinking, no, I did that last year, I want to do 50 this year, fantastic. Get in there and get ambitious, okay? You can get customized there also. In addition to your income statistics, you're going to have a growth report, activities report, and then ratios that let you know how many times did I need to connect before I generated a sale. How many sales did I need to generate before I converted that person into a coach? These statistics help you with course correcting. They help you with establishing, you know what, I'm on the right track, or maybe I need to spend more time doing this, okay, or that. Because then you get to reestablish what works for your dynamic. You're all doing this a little bit differently, okay? You scroll down far enough and you've got an itemized activity report. You can filter by, you know what sales, how many sales did I have today? Or how many invites did I have? Only for my challenge groups. And you can apply those filters, pull and export, print that. You can use this as a coaching tool for those of you who are looking to grow your own teams, larger team leads. Guys, these are great coaching accountability tools. You have everybody pull their report and come together and talk about successes, things like that. I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but know that those tools are built in for you, okay? So that's basically going to be your business tab in a nutshell. The one last area that I want to talk about, okay? As you're familiarizing yourself with the new system, it's important to know what resources you have at your disposal, okay? You have me, okay? I'm gonna share all of my contact information, but let's say you misplaced my number, or you want to just get a really quick answer or something, you can always click your little help button here. It's built right into your Teamzy. And either way, you're talking to me. So myself and our support staff work the help desk. So if you're ever reaching out, know that you're talking to a real person. So you can always reach out for help there. Or if you have feedback or awesome suggestions, please use your feedback button, okay? There are no dumb suggestions. There is no dumb feedback. I want to know about your experience thus far. It's the only way that I can really tailor this to what you need. And that's the name of the game here at Teamzy, is we want this to be the if and above all for you with your business, okay? So if there's something that works really well, let me know. All right, so feedback and help tool. Now this is the perfect time to stop the share really quickly and get you my direct contact info. What if it would share? Okay, there we go. All right, guys, so that's my direct contact information. I wasn't kidding earlier. You can, in fact, shoot me a text message, okay? So I'll respond as quickly as I possibly can. We can always schedule a one-on-one if you needed to or anything like that. But for any of you that were saying that you need a little help with those trial extensions, specific questions about import, anything like that, please reach out to me, okay? I'm always here to help. I'm gonna glance over at the chat really quickly. Okay, so it looks like, so you've got a question about how to, I mentioned third-party text softwares. So you don't have to send text only through your cell phone. There are things like Text Direct that let you actually send a text message through like your internet, like through online on your desktop. It makes sending bulk text messages easier. So there are lots of options out there, guys. Again, find the tools that work for you. I use, what am I using? Text Direct, I think, something like that. But in any case, third-party services are just going to be, you know, when you're sending a Facebook message, Facebook would be the third-party service, okay, that you would actually send that message through. So anytime you want to send a message, Facebook message, text, Twitter, Instagram, send it through their software or through their actual system, okay? Let's see. Thank you so much, guys. You're amazing. It's been so awesome tonight. I really appreciate you guys being so engaged. You're an amazing team. Keep up that awesome work. Seriously, I can't wait to hear more about how many more of you are hitting Success Club when you get into Teamzy. So please reach out to me if you have any questions or if you need any help along the way.
Jay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, hi. I'm Nilda. Hi, how are you? Thank you. You are awesome. And so is Teamzy. I've been using it. This is my second month using it. And I actually learned a lot that I'm just dying to jump on and do now that you went through it. But I do have one question. You know how you have the tab for prospect, customer, and coach, and you can divide them up and I guess label them?
Exactly.
Is there any way that you can create a new tab like for leads? Because I like to separate my leads that I get from Beachbody. And I was wondering if there was a way to create a tab, or is the only way to label it with tagging them leads? Like, is there?
So tagging, yes. So that's a great question. It's one that we're getting tons of, just because I'm noticing that many of you handle like hot leads, they get more frequent contact or something like that. So, so it's something my development team is working on. We're trying to find an elegant solution there. But for now, those tags are going to be the only way, is going to be your best workaround for now, where you would establish them as a prospect, but then you could say, you know, hot +1 or hot +2 or something like that.
Okay, great.
But that is something that you might see change in the future.
Great, awesome. Thanks.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Anyone else, feel free to unmute yourself. It looks like the group is getting small enough now where I don't think the background noise will be too much of an issue. And I'll hang tight. So if there's anything else that you guys want to get into, feel free to ask.
I guess not, but I just have to say, Jay, it's Gabby again. Thank you so much for the entire presentation. It was amazing. Not just the Teamzy part, just everything as a whole. So we appreciate your time. We appreciate that you spent tonight with us. This was very helpful, I know, for everyone that hopped on. And I am pretty sure that everyone who, I know Nilda's one of the ones that has already, you know, started using Teamzy, but if anyone else hasn't, I know that they're going to jump on that 30-day trial And for those folks that need a reset, do they just contact you directly?
Exactly. They can shoot me a text or an email. It's super quick. I get them reset.
Awesome. Yeah. So I don't think anyone else has any further questions, but if they do, I'm pretty sure that they can reach out to you directly for further answers. But thank you again, once again. This was amazing, and we appreciate you.
Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate your time, and feel free to reach out to us if you need anything along the way, okay?
Thank you so much, Jay.
Alrighty, and I'll send over that replay link for you. Were you able to record on your
I
end?
I did, yeah. I think so. If for whatever reason it didn't record on my end, I'll let you know for the replay. But otherwise, I think I should be fine.
Perfect. Well,
Awesome.
I wish you all a wonderful evening.
You as well. Thank you so much.
Bye, guys. See
Thanks
ya.
everyone for hopping on.